Hello guys, my name is John Michael Reyes and this is the last chapter and the last skill integration challenge that we are gonna do. So let's try to finish it quickly but carefully. Then as you can see, the addressing table has a lot of informations that are missing and we are needed to find that. So scenario background, the router centralized cluster and the web server are completely configured. You have been tasked with creating a new IPv4 addressing scheme that will accommodate 4 subnets using 192.168.0.0/24. The IT department requires 25 hosts. The sales department needs 50 hosts. The subnet of the rest requires 100 hosts. A guest subnet will be added in the future. Accommodate 25 hosts. You are also tasked with finishing the basic security settings and interface configuration on R1. Furthermore, you will configure SVI interface and basic security settings on S1, S2, and S3. So the requirements are, as you can see in here, the requirements are staff is 100 hosts and the /24 can accommodate 512 hosts, so it would go to /25 because in order to accommodate it, so /25 can accommodate 128 hosts. Then the /26 can accommodate 64 hosts. Then the /27 can accommodate a 32 hosts, so we are good with that subnet. Then I've already saved the sum of the IP addresses in here because it is, so the IP address for this is this Excel. This is the one that I did earlier after videoing. So the first one is 192.168.01 in here, the gigabit. Then the subnet is 128 because the prefix is 25, so the magic number the value of the first one is 128, so it would be 128. Then the second one is just the extension of this 128. Then we will go for the IP address of 129. Then in here is 193 because the end is 192 in here because it is /26 and it is /27, that's why it's 224. Then in the S1, that would be a 192.168.0.2 because you can have the same address just like the gigabit ethernet 0/0. Then the subnet mask would always be same as the gigabit ethernet because it has the /25. Then the default gateway would be the IP address of the gigabit 0/0. Then this one is 192.168.0.130 because as you can see here, it is 129 and 130 is the next number. So then the subnet mask is 192 because it is the subnet mask of gigabit ethernet 0/1. Then the default gateway would be the IP address of gigabit ethernet 0/1. And then the S3 is 192.168.0.193 because as you can see here, the end of the subnet mask is 192, so it would be 193. So +/24 just like the gigabit ethernet 0/2. Then the default gateway would be the IP address of gigabit ethernet /2. Then just like that. Then the IP address of the stuff, as you can see, the stuff is in the switch 1, so it would be 192.168.0.3 because in the S1 we've used the .2, so it will be .3. Then just like that. Then 131 next because in the S2 it's 130. Then in the IT lab it's 193, 192 or 195. sorry for that, it's 195 because of the 194 in S3. So let's try to configure it, the requirements, and then R1 configuration, configure the sec, then require the 10 minimum, encrypt all the plain text service password, then create a banner that warn that authorized access is prohibited. Make sure to include the word warning in the banner. So configure all the IPv4 and IPv6, configure the SSH on R1, then set the domain name and generate 1024, then configure the VTY lines for SSH access, then the local user authentication, create a user for privilege of level of continuous encryption admin 1, then after that it is all okay. So let's try. Block anyone for 3 minutes who fails to log on and 4 attempts. Then let's try to configure it. Then the router, let's click the router. Then first, no, it's not the config, not the central CL item. Enable, and after that configure terminal, and after that we will change the hostname to R1. Then after we change the hostname to R1, we need to, let's put it in here. Then in here it said that we need to encrypt service password encryption. Service password encryption. Then after that is, after we service password encryption, then this we will disable the DNS lookup. Then security passwords min length to 10 in order to, for the required that a minimum of 10 characters be used for all passwords. Then after that will be login block for how many minutes? I think 3 minutes, so it would be 180 seconds attempt, then 4 within 120. Then after that, let's see what's the hardest in here. Then after that, the 120, we try to enable secret. We're just gonna copy it. And compound, then 55, then username admin. We need to create a username admin. How many spaces that? Admin 1 secret admin 1 255. So then the no IP domain lookup up. Then we would go to the interface gigabit ethernet 00, then the IP address for that. Then let's see the IP address for that. Address for that is this one, and the subnet mask is this one. Then after that, the IPv6 address, then the IPv6 address is this one. The IPv6 address is this one. Then just copy it here. Then after that, the IPv6 address. Oh, I think it's not the IPv6. Oh yeah, it's the IPv6 address. Then the link local. Then FE80 then 11 link local. Then the no shutdown command. Then after that, we go to exit. Then interface gigabit. /1, then IP address. And after that, the IPv6 address. It would be different because it should have in here one in here. Then after that, the no shutdown command. Oh, I missed the link local. So for that address, then FE81 link local. The not that. Why 9? Why did I press 9? It's 8. It should be 8. Then after that, no shutdown command. After the no shutdown command, we would exit and interface gigabit ethernet 0/2. Then IP address of /2 is this one, so copy with that. After that is IPv6 address. It should be a number 2. Two in here. Then after that, the link local IPv6 address FE81 link local. Then no shutdown. After that, we would go to have the banner mode, then exit, then banner mode. Then we need to include the warning because of what this one warning. So warning unauthorized access prohibited. It's prohibited, so it's just like the prohibited. Then after that, the line console 0, we will first secure all the lines. So line console 0. Then after that is password. Then the password is this one. I just log in, then exit, then line VTY 0 to 15, then password. Wait, then VTY, then password is just like that. Then after that, the line VTY is should have the exec timeout 50. Then login local. And after that, transport. Oh, transport input SSH. Then we would go to console again because I forgot that. Log in and password, exit timeout first, 5:0, then log in, password, then log in. Then after that it is already good, so we would end, then write, then we are already done with the R1, so we will gonna go to S1. The S1 should have been easier than the router because the router are so many. Then enable configure terminal, then hostname. After that, service encryption. Then after that would be enable and for the except enable secret. And after then the no IP domain lookup. Then after that would be interface VLAN 1. Then we would gonna get the IP address of that. Then the IP address of VLAN 1 is this with the subnet mask of where's that? The subnet mask of this. Then the no shutdown command. Then exit. Then IP default gateway is, the default gateway is this one. Then after that we will gonna go to line console 0. Then password is, the password for that is that this one. Then log in. After we log in, then accept timeout 50. Then after the timeout we would gonna exit and go for the line VTY 0 to 15 in order to secure all the. Then the password is, go for the password and log in, accept timeout again, log in, exit. I think it's not the 5 or the line VTY. I think the router needs to be, it's not configure terminal. Then after that is line VTY 0 to 4. Then accept timeout 4 to 0. Then log in local. In local, then transport input SSH zip. Then for the S1 should not in VTY, so line VTY for the S1 that would be 5 to 15, I think. Then the password would be for the S1, the password would be in the line VTY 0 to 4. I think it's line VTY 0 to 4, except timeout 5 to 0, then log in, then exit this line VTY 0 to 4, then accept timeout. Timeout 5 to 0. After that is log in, then accept, and then write. Then we are gonna go to this one. Then after that we will enable, then host configure terminal again, just like the other one. Configure terminal, then hostname s2, then service password encryption, then enable secret trust, and after that then IP domain lookup. And after the IP domain we would gonna go to interface VLAN1, then for the second, this is the IP address of the second. Then now shutdown command, then IP default gateway is like that, then console 0, password is in here, this one. Then after that password is login, then accept, then line. Oh, I forgot in the line console, sorry for that. Accept timeout to 0, then after that is line VTY. This line VTY 0 to 4, then accept timeout 5 to 0, then after that would be login, then disable, and the password would be login, then exit, then line VTY 5 to 15, then accept timeout to 0, then login or password. Exit, then and then we will write, then after that the S3 configuration, after that is configuration, this one, the S3, we need to do the S3. The S3 is just like the other one, enable, then configure terminal, then after the configure terminal you need to do this, then hostname S3, change hostname S3, then service password encryption, then enable secret, what's the secret. After that would be a IP domain lookup, then interface VLAN 1, IP address would be, let's see the IP address in here. IP address is this one, and the subnet mask is this one. Then after that is now shutdown command. Now shutdown, then the IP default gateway is this one, 193. Then after that, the 193, after that 193 is line, we would go to the line console 0. After that, password would be, this 55. Then after that is 55 would be the login, then accept, timeout 50. Then after that is exit, and we would go to line VPY 0 to 4, accept, timeout 0, then login, password would be this one, then login, exit, 515. Exit, then then that's all the configuration, I think. Let's see on the S2. Yep, it is